I've always been drawn to the supernatural and the unexplained. So, when I first heard about the elevator game, a ritual rumored to connect you with another dimension, I couldn't resist trying it for myself. Armed with a mix of excitement and trepidation, I embarked on an eerie adventure that I will never forget. It was a moonless night, the perfect time for the ritual. I entered the old, creaking building that locals claimed was haunted. The elevator seemed to wait for me as if it knew I was coming. Taking a deep breath, I followed the instructions to the letter. Press the buttons in the right sequence, go to different floors, and invite a supernatural companion into the elevator. As I reached the 5th floor, the air grew colder and an eerie silence enveloped me. I could feel an unsettling presence, as if someone was watching my every move. My heart raced, but I pressed on, determined to complete the ritual. The elevator doors opened on the 10th floor and I stepped out into a dimly lit corridor. Everything seemed distorted, as if I had entered a different reality. A strange sensation washed over me and I knew I had reached the other dimension. The darkness seemed to stretch endlessly, and an overwhelming feeling of dread crept up my spine. The silence was deafening, broken only by faint whispers that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Panic threatened to consume me, but I reminded myself that I had to remain calm to return to my own world. I re-entered the elevator, my heart pounding in my ears. The buttons didn't respond and a chill ran down my spine. The presence that had been watching me was now inside the elevator with me. Fear gripped my entire being, but I forced myself to stay focused. Finally, the elevator doors opened and I found myself back in the building's lobby. Relief washed over me, but it was short-lived. Something had followed me back from the other dimension, a malevolent entity that had latched onto my soul. As days passed, I experienced inexplicable phenomena. Flickering lights, objects moving on their own, and sinister shadows that seemed to dance in the corners of my vision. I felt a constant sense of being watched, and sleep became a distant memory as nightmares plagued my every waking moment. The elevator game had opened a portal to darkness, and now I was trapped in a nightmare that had become my reality. I sought help from experts in the supernatural, desperate to rid myself of the malevolent entity that had attached itself to me. My journey into the unknown had taught me a haunting lesson. There are realms beyond our comprehension, and some doors should never be opened. I share my experience as a warning to all those who are tempted by the mysteries of the unknown. Beware the elevator game, for once you step in, you may never return the same. In the darkest corners of my mind, I can still hear the eerie whispers and feel the malevolent presence that haunts me to this day. The elevator game is not a mere urban legend. It's a doorway to a nightmare you won't wake up from.